received.
Hello, stream. It's me. Hold on. Volume is way too loud. Okay. So we're about to start the first trial of episode 2. There's a new prosecutor. It's very exciting. So yeah. This video is very good. Okay. Load data. June 21st, 9:48 a.m. What? Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's a successor this time. A successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, all so he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. Please don't make me do his voice, please don't make me do his voice. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sorts of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. Now, his successor? I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be.
Great Newtons. Damn it, no Von Karma voice. C.
It's no good. Mystic Maya! Early. You showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother's watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yeah, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. That's, I can't. Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train? Oh man. Pearly? What about the train? Huh? What's a train? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who's that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend.
Objection!
I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday.
Objection!
Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end.
Objection! Objection!
It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. What? Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. You're just gonna leave her? What if she thinks he's dead? Nick? Who's Nick? Well, I mean, this cookie. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this kid? Mr. Wright, are you prepared? Huh? Yeah, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright. You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so she's the famous successor to Prosecutor Von Karma? I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking. If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yow! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor.
Ignorant spoon. Holy shit.
Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty?
Ignorant spoon. Big dick mommy John.
Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense? A plea usually reserved for when people unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father. Like father, like daughter, I suppose. Dick Gumshoe. Very good cookie. Hold on. Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone would please look at the map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? It's quite the look of disbelief there, Your Honor. Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's where they found the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I've ever presided over. Floor plans added to the court record.
What were they doing in the fuck den? I might wonder. Could they be not fucking? Maybe. Ignorant spoon.
I mean, what else are you gonna do
You'll
in a
never
fuck
know
den?
for sure.
So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. The court accepts it into evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Question. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. Victim? Now, why would he have... Objection! Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you were missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Fey's fingerprints were also on the grip, sir. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. Ah, I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Hold on, I'm gonna look at some of this evidence. Diagram of the channeling chamber, okay. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. The shot was fired from point-blank range.
Ignorant spoon. How old is Big Dick
She's
Mommy
18.
Dom?
I thought
Asking
she
for
was
a friend.
16. She's 18. That's what I was just checking, actually, if you noticed.
Ignorant spoon. Fuck.
Point blank, huh? So how far away is that? It's anywhere between 12 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point blank? I don't know how to do, like, that sound. I don't know how to read that sound. It's weird. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn? When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real
Ignorant
long,
spoon.
pal.
Tisk tisk tisk.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. It sounds weird to say it out loud, though. I don't, it's not something I usually say. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow. I never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? Looked like it belonged to the Fays, sir. And of course, my
Ignorant
Fays
spoon.
fingerprints are all over.
Just scream loudly 3 times in a row.
All over it, huh?
Ignorant spoon.
This does not look good.
H.
Ah!
Uh.
What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. His testimony makes it sound like Maya
Ignorant
had stabbed him with the intent
A fruit.
to kill.
Okay. Knife. No.
No! Murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yup, sure as sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter, then, which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Phoenix Wright. What a pain. That's enough. We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the 2 murder weapons with me today. Very well. The court accepts them into evidence. Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. Knife added to the court record. The phase bears Maya's fingerprints. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And 2 murder weapons, both with defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. It's going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there's no room left for doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. No. This is a huge decision. I better think this through all the way. Not guilty. I trust Maya. If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing murder. After a trial, Maya's life would be ruined, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen. Your Honor. Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. Ow. You. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir. Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike. Yes, sir. Now see here. Proceedings are run by... Ah! Oh, yes, of course. Go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Sorry, pal. There's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. I don't have that picture yet. Okay. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, is not fighting back. So, this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a backspray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. This costume added to the court. All right, Mr. Wright. Maya's fingerprints on both murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could this situation get any worse? Huh. What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my Please stop calling me by my full name. It's disturbing.
Reyes 2. Sorry, just got here. Maya died. I am so confused.
No, Maya hasn't died. What happened was she's being accused of murder. She channeled a spirit into her body, and allegedly that spirit killed a person. Okay.
Reyes too. Ooh, okay, thank you.
Yeah, don't worry, Maya's not dead. She's good. Well, she's not good, she's like on trial, but yeah. Okay. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kind of scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. All right, just please stop glaring at me like that. This is the costume. Oh, fuck, wrong voice. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Maya's costume? Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today, too.
Ignorant spoon. I wouldn't name someone Ghost Wife if they weren't dead.
Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. This blood on the costume. Oh, thanks for following. Thought you were already following me. This blood on the costume. Lab results show it was the victim's blood. So there's blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. So, were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... Objection! If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify
Ignorant
again.
spoon. You did a voice just now. Lol when you were talking normally. Haha.
It's hard. I have to even, like, swap my own voice. Like, fuck. But too bad. Not enough time. Let's move on. Yes. Miss Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. And if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? I should probably press further, right? Or not. Why is Miss Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look harder. Oh, I see it. Mr. Wright. Miss Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Ha 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 ha. Ah ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. One little hole in it. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Where is this problem you're talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here.
Take that!
Take that. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. Sleeve? There's a tiny hole here. Hole? That wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole?
Ignorant spoon.
It smells faintly
Wait
of
as big
gunpowder.
dick mommy down the horse girl.
I don't know about that. Gunpowder. No one ever told me. Hole, it smells of gunpowder. It looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion that you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Is she actually smiling? What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That, just now, was a fluke. Nothing more.
Objection!
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definite problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. Defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back.
Hold it!
Press this as well. He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim, or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. Ugh, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. Well, I'll find a critical contradiction somehow, and then I'll have her. Like, I know I also have this fucking bullet hole thing. There's also another, like, 2 other pieces of evidence that I wish I had. Okay. Okay. He had a gun, so he was, like, definitely fighting back, right?
Objection!
Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then, what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. All right. The wind seems to be shifting. Huh. What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma? It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Ah. Now that you... Why, that's right. Which means... the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No. Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Ah! Don't just stand there. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired and added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah! Yes, sir. Right away, sir. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his... While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. This scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright. On the surface, it does seem to make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. But please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess.
Objection!
You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the current channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the current channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir.
Hold it!
So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, he was probably hurt pretty bad. How badly hurt would you say he was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Ah! Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun.
Hold it!
Where in the world did that pistol come from? Looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Is he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed.
Hold it!
So, you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but yeah, that's what I think. Two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it.
Hold it!
Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it just by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder.
Seed of power. Add me on Switch.
Yeah, I will. Yay, I'm glad you got a Switch. That's exciting. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look really bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is gonna uncover the truth. I can feel it. This is a loop. Okay. Okay, hold on. They were talking about the fucking point blank ship before. And there is a ring of gunpowder or whatever on this.
Objection!
Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh. There is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Objection!
I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then that they were separated, that he fired. How was that?
Objection!
As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then. That's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then, when she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There. That should satisfy even you. It does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yeah. Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. I should put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. It's probably the only other thing that has a bullet hole in it.
Take that!
This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means... when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order. This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. it's probably here, right? Not the center one. Let's see, it's this one.
Take that!
Somewhere around
Ignorant
here.
spoon.
No.
I googled
I'm
it.
wrong.
It's a riding crop. I think she's a horse girl.
Uh-oh. The judge's face is... Oh, fuck, I just put the wrong thing. Oops. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Oh, of course. Whoops. Is it the other side of it?
Take that!
Here! Behind the folding screen? Ah! The victim and his attacker were fighting, were they not? Then what would the attacker be doing all the way back there? Besides which, if the attacker was behind the folding screen, then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's obviously impossible. Yeah, I guess so. Mr. Wright. Fuck. Boy, did I just screw up royally. Where the fuck am I supposed to be fucking picking? For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. What?
Reyes 2. Miles' sister is a horse girl. That's a plot twist I wasn't expecting.
Damn. Okay, maybe it's here? Front of the folding screen? But not up further than that? She was standing here near the folding screen. There we go. Wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Ah! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You! I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Yeah, totally. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution's claim
Ignorant
that the
spoon.
defendant was aiming to
Goddamn
clear
these
kill by
horse girls.
stabbing.
You do it to me every time.
If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way back by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the book. Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now, I know why Papa had a hard time with you. You amuse me. Ugh. Of all the things to inherit, why'd it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective. How dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it my fault? You can start by repairing your standing by first removing that three-strand goatee. Hold on, I'm gonna reread that. You can start by repairing your standing by first removing that three-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured, your punishment will come later. punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's phase. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness. That's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Okay, I'm gonna take a break and get some water. Oh, wait, I also want to eat this rest of this cookie. Okay. I will be right back. I'm gonna get some water. And put my BRB screen up. With sad Maya in the background. No! She's so sad.
Ignorant spoon. Ghost wife. Ignorant spoon. Why is ghost wife sad?
Hello. Sad ghost wife. Okay. Here we go. That was a close one. I know you were giving it all in the... My god. I know you were giving it your all in there to defend me. But I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself.
But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you.
Thanks. Wait, tricked?
That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right?
By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh. Guess there's no escaping her, huh? Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, me and my sister's ghosts will come and haunt you. will come after you and haunt you.
Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia?
Yeah. Do you remember her, Pearly? My
Ignorant
sister was a
spoon.
super good lawyer.
Pretzel girl.
She was also Nick's teacher.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Ignorant spoon. Lot of lies.
A lot of heart, more like lot of lies. Court will now reconvene. Now, first order of... Ow! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? How you doing? Fuck. I have to say something in that act. Like, it's weird. I have a hard time doing that accent. Like, out of the blue. Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know? Yowza. Name and occupation. I declare, what in tarnation? Hey, Judge, this here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. That's fine? That ain't fine. That's a whip. Ah! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. Name's Lotta Hart, paranormal photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's be all one big happy family, okay? Witness's account. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door, and then bang! We hear the gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was a dead victim and a defendant, waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in that room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Wrecking course. Eh? Excuse me? Wrecking course, short for you reckon. Of course I did. Ah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. It certainly seemed that only a defendant and the victim were in that room. Lotta's photo added to the court record. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Only the dog and the defendant went to that channeling chamber. Was it really only those two that went in?
Objection!
What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Ugh. Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the two of them? Yes, Dr. Gray and Maya were the only two that went into that room. Hold on. We can't have the defense testifying against his own client. Anyway, folks, only the two of them went in the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness. Continue. We were waiting outside the door and then bang! We hear this gunshot.
Hold it!
Was it really a gunshot?
Objection!
Are you insane? You must have heard it as well. Ugh. Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, it was something that sounded like a gunshot. And why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. I heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell you, that was a gunshot I heard. Now, this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed to the room. So, let me get this straight. This, Mr. Lawyer here, broke the door down. Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Miss Von Karma, I broke the door down. Sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing. That was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And? What did you see when she broke in? Inside was a dead victim, and the defendant waving a pistol. Are you sure it was the defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lana seems awfully confident in her testimony. Lana, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember when you said that we broke into the room? I was murdered. Click. Lana, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Yeah, well, you see... Order. Miss Hart, you are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good, this shifts things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. When they entered? One of those people that entered the channeling chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was Maya that went in. Looked like we've come to a collective
Ignorant
conclusion.
spoon. I dislike Lada.
Yeah, same. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats, and I'm trapped like one. Again! I swear. Other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Was this the one I just questioned? You're absolutely certain of that, sure am. Oh, sure am. But that old witch chased out of the room, so... Witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. It's a fucking fuck den, of course it was. Was there really no one else in there? What about... What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Wreck given. Oh, what in the fuck? Wreck given, you know. Were you reckon that's a given. It took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Miss Hart. What? You got a problem? Wreck given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such things as wrecking given and... Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, do you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Just as I thought, there's nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. It seems that there are no issues with Miss Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only 2 people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this photo. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to be the defendant. What I can do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm gonna have the judge against me. Whoa. Shit, I didn't even hit that. That was just automatic. That was weird. Is there anything I can present that would prove it's not Maya in this photo? Don't really have anything that I can present yet. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. Well, that's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it is quite obvious to the court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally 100% impossible. Miss Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning won't be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume? I couldn't protect Maya. The defense... Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia! Oh, fuck. I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But Pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage.
Ignorant spoon. Smile like a horse.
The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully one more time about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lada, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there is one final piece to this puzzle. Yeah? Question Lada one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it unconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period.
Hold it!
Hold it! Please wait, Your Honor! The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. Cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated... It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? But, I mean, I have some place I must go to after this. Alright, I'll allow it. Miss Hart, hurry and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See? You got through to the judge, somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to...
Ignorant spoon. Pony up the testimony.
I hate these. I don't like these horse puns.
Ape bread.
Thanks.
Woo.
Woo.
Ape Brett. I forgot until now.
Oh no! Okay. When we broke into that room, all I could do was focus on Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to put my camera at Maya and take a shot.
Ignorant spoon. Never forget.
Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like, as you taste the bitterness of your defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. When we broke into that room, all I could do was focus on Maya. So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person. However, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that's true. Well, then, Miss Hart, did you happen to see anything else? I was, kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. And perhaps the body was not Dr. Gray's at all. I reckon that's possible.
Objection!
If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Ow! Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expected of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are y'all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer? That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Wow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice. Tag teamed in stereo. I guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. 2, right? Two what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only 1 has been submitted as evidence. Miss Hart, where is the other picture you've been withholding? Yeah, I was fucking looking for that before. Where the hell is it? No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. Well, at least she knows herself. Why have you not shown us the other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? But... Von Karma! Miss Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this? You're as bad as your father. Your Honor, the defense asks that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes, me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair! But, Phoenix, are you a lawyer or a school child? I'm so angry I lost my composure.
Ignorant spoon. Damn. Punish her, please. Ape bread. I don't like her.
Miss Von
Ignorant
Karma,
spoon.
would you care to explain
Or let her
yourself
punish
to this
you.
court?
Someone punish someone.
I'm sure there are definitely lewds of this. If you go look it up. I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with the second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur.
Great Newtons. It's Von Karma's personal hentai.
Yeah, it is. That's why she kept it. I think the important point here is the person in the picture. That is most definitely not Maya Fey. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? Your Honor, as you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yeah. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. Order, order, order. Well, yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright.
Nay.
A person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face.
Ignorant spoon. Oh shit, you see those titties.
Smiling? Yeah, I did. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix, right? Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like you to take a look at this photo. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can...
Ignorant spoon.
Yet,
Oh shit, you see those titties.
When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. Miss Von Karma, a word if I may? Mia? Taking pictures of somebody during a private visit is illegal. Surely, you must know that picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, I know this picture is illegal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place.
Ignorant spoon. Is this a one-handed game?
Yeah. From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. Of course it has. Look at those titties. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, and I still cannot believe it. Are you
Ignorant
saying
spoon.
that this
Illegal
person,
titty photo.
the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it'll cost me.
Great news.
Is there any way I can prove the
Oh
person in
god,
this
if
picture
that's
is not
Maya, that means Mia is actually Peel. Great Newtons. Do not look at those titties.
Okay. Yeah, sure, I can prove it. You can look at those titties, though. Your Honor! Oh. Fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction?
Ignorant
So,
spoon.
you think you've
It's a
spotted a
different
problem
person.
with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange about this picture to the court?
Great
Which
Newtons.
sleeve is it?
Point at the titties.
Hold on, which sleeve? Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna give me a I don't think that's gonna give me a different dialogue option. I also don't remember what sleeve
Ignorant
it was.
spoon. Point at the titty.
What sleeve was it? I have to look at the court record. How do I don't know this.
Ignorant spoon. Right there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming by and lurking. Hello.
Great Newtons. Point at the dead man's ass.
Let's go. Yeah, sure. Let's just do that. I don't know which sleeve it is. The contradiction lies here.
Great Newtons.
Motherfucker.
Dead ass. Ignorant spoon. Point at the titty. Underscore do please.
Oh, of course, it's the other fucking sleeve. Okay, good. Excuse me, but can you really tell how much confidence I have in this? What is with that attitude? What? That hurt! Didn't we just finish discussing her appearance changes during channeling? I know you ain't no dummy, so don't think you're fooling me on this one. There is a limit to everything, Mr. Wright, and that includes patience. Phoenix, you have to think before you speak. You can't just say, oh, Jesus Christ. Even Maya's mad at me now. I have to focus. Jesus! That was a lot of, fucking dialogue that was just, like, auto-skipping there. Present. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. Exactly. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be here is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some
Ignorant
major damage
spoon.
to her argument.
To what there's something other than titties in that photo.
Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Or don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Ah! She's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. Tisk tisk. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor, I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools?
Ignorant spoon.
If those
Please be
fools
nice
down
to the
at
horse girl.
precinct hadn't
Closing
missed the
parenthesis,
bullet,
colon.
I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth and I know it. That woman knew everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I will personally make sure that Detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at his next salary discussion. Or gumshoe. In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. This is your chance, Phoenix. Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor. There is only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The bullet hole was probably made later, right? Or... does it matter? The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order. If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ah! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess? I fail to see how. Please, enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is there any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room.
Ignorant spoon. Order
Well,
force.
you know. If you were lying, I swear that my whoop will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Wow, I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see. Now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
Great
Where did
movement.
the defendant vanish
How
to?
many people in this courtroom are secretly enjoying the whip?
And where did this other person appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right. Now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. I can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough
Ignorant
yet,
spoon.
Mr. Phoenix
Nick,
Wright?
here's piano.
Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around. Damn. That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. Phoenix. So, where did this intruder appear from, and where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya had left the room somehow? If I could prove that either one of those conditions were true? Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is... She wasn't there. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point, and the defense can prove this. Oh, how a foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than that detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence.
Ignorant spoon. Oh shit, you know what else lives on dens? Wolves. The other person is a bear.
Bears hang out in fuck dens? Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. The key? I mean, the key was not where it was supposed to be because fucking Pearly was carrying it. Okay. Miss Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's Chanlin chamber key, right? Before Chanlin charted, Maya locked the door from inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. The key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? Looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at that time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! It seems we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Miss Von Karma. How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict.
Ignorant
That's enough.
spoon. Please kiss horse.
If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yeah, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah, it's not like anyone else in there could have done that. Nick, I know you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that the third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued. Save your progress, yes. Save my progress. Okay. So, yeah, that's it. Cool. I'm gonna stop here tonight. Wow, that's, It's a bunch of emotes. I hate it. Okay, tomorrow night I'm actually gonna be playing Observation, which is a horror game. I'm gonna be doing that at 11 p.m. Which is crazy. It's gonna be interesting. And then I will be back with Ace Attorney on Thursday night. Is it Thursday? No, wait. Wednesday night. Tuesday, Thursday, Observation, Monday, Wednesday, Phoenix, right? Cool. Awesome. Cool. Thank you for watching. See you
Ignorant spoon.
tomorrow.
Good luck.
Goodbye.